My name is Heather Kerner, and I am founder of The Good Crust, a small batch pizza dough company in central Maine featuring the grains of Maine's own grist mill. We love to show recipes that can be executed for school nutrition, whether they be stromboli or garlic pazzo bread. But for this demonstration, we're going to show you something sweet. And for your school eaters, we think this will be a big hit, perhaps on your breakfast menu, or might be great for like a school snack if you have a program where you're sending brown bag lunches out. We might call this a breakfast roll or a breakfast Danish. For me, it's a spin on a traditional New York style Bialy. However, instead of using a garlic onion filling, we're going to use a nice sweet blueberry compote made with Maine's own blueberries. This is a great thing to feature any time of the year, particularly if you're looking to use up those frozen blueberries you've got in the freezer. So again, we're going to be utilizing the Good Crust, which is a pizza dough that is ready-made for food service at our facility in central Maine. And it's made with 100% Maine grains, a combination of whole wheat and whole spelt, which makes it a whole grain product, perfect for meeting your mandates for whole grain on your menu, and also very flavorful. Okay, well, one of the things we're going to be featuring today is our 3-ounce Bialy rounds, and show you how easy they would be to execute in school nutrition. Having been in some of your kitchens before, one of the things that I think is advantageous about the Bialy rounds is not only are they convenient and can be used anytime you need a filler on your menu, but also they are very efficient to make efficient use of your shelf space in your oven. If you think about cooking a traditional pizza where you might get 6 or 8 slices out of your bake time on one shelf, with the Bialys you are going to fill a sheet tray and you will get at least 18 servings for the bake time on one sheet tray. Again, although we're going to go sweet with a blueberry Bialy, these can also be used to feature anything you've got to use up, or seasonal fruits or vegetables. You can do these with Maine apples in the fall. You can do them with peaches. You could do them with other berries like raspberries or blackberries. But also, if you have a school garden program that's featuring kale or zucchini or something special of the month, you can certainly chop those up very, very finely and use those featured on the inside of a more savory Bialy round. Okay, so let's get started. We've got a half sheet tray here because I just wanted to show you how simple this is to prepare the Bialy rounds for thawing. I'm just going to simply put a light coating of olive oil on the sheet tray. Your Bialy rounds would come from the Good Crust just like this in a food service case of 50, and they're just like frozen little pucks. And all you're simply going to do is lay out your pucks nice and close to each other for thawing. So just like this, you can see how easy that is to put the frozen pucks on the sheet tray. Then you're going to cover this with a bun pan bag and put it on your speed rack to thaw. We've had ours in the kitchen just for about, maybe an hour, and they're ready to work and go in the oven. These don't take no time at all to thaw. You could certainly do it also if you're prepared the night before. The frozen pucks can go on your sheet tray and go straight to your walk-in covered with a bun pan bag. Don't forget to cover them because you don't want your dough to dehydrate. And that little bit of olive oil is going to make them so easy to work once they're thawed. And here we are with a full sheet tray of Bialy rounds that have already thawed. They've been out for about maybe an hour and a half, and they are ready to go. I'm just going to put these back to the freezer. And we've got plenty of space to work. So I did want to show you one little hack, which is that when your kitchen feels really busy, these can be prepared very simply. One of the things I like to do before I uncover them is just simply flatten them out with another sheet tray placed right on top, so that you're already giving them that flattened shape of a round. And at this point, I'll uncover the Bialy rounds. And we'll talk a little bit about filling. I have a special connection to Maine grains, and so in my home kitchen, I always have Maine grains rolled oats. That's an easy way to thicken a fruit compote. So if you're going to use Maine fruit of any kind on your school nutrition menu, just a little bit of rolled oats is a nice thickener for your compote. In this case, I prepared a blueberry compote, and the recipe was simple. I used 2 cups of frozen Maine blueberries, a half a cup of sugar, 1/2 a cup of Maine grains rolled oats, a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, and a pinch of cinnamon. And you just simmer that for about 20 minutes, and there you have a nice thick fruit compote. Okay, this is deceivingly simple. All I'm going to do here is take my 2 fingers, and I'm going to press the Bialy round firmly in the center. Sometimes I might actually flip the Bialy over so that I actually have that nice glossy coated surface to work with from the olive oil, but you don't need to do that. And you'll see while I prepare these Bialy rounds how many you can fit on the sheet tray at one time. This is excellent for productivity in the kitchen. These can certainly be prepared an hour before food service and just rest on your speed rack until you're ready to bake them. The proofing time will be wonderful for them, not necessary. They can go straight to the oven as well, but these are very easy. And then I like to take a heaping tablespoon of blueberry compote, and I'm going to be careful to go just right in the center of each Bialy round. What we'll find once we put these in a nice hot oven are that the edges are going to become nice and poofy and crisp, just like a pizza crust. So we want to be sure to keep our filling contained to the center there so that it doesn't bleed out. Again, this can be done with peaches, apples, raspberry. We were even just talking about doing a lemon ricotta, sort of like a Danish, where you might use a little bit of lemon jam and then put a dollop of fresh ricotta after they come out of the oven. These will be so delicious, the kids will never know that they're whole grain. And it's a very special surprise on a menu if your eaters haven't seen something like this before. Also, for school nutrition, they're very easy and simple to plate. No slicing, they're all just their own self-contained portion. And there we have it. All of them have a dollop of blueberry in the center. From here, if you wanted to, you could certainly sprinkle some coarse sugar on top. You could hit them with a little lemon zest if you wanted to be fancy. But there's also some other things we can do to them once they come out of the oven, and we'll demonstrate that in a minute. So with this, we're going to pop them in the oven. And I like to bake them at a nice hot oven temp of about 425 to 450 for about 10 minutes. We'll show you these when they come out of the oven in just a minute. Here we are with fresh, hot blueberry Bialy rounds, fresh out of the oven. And you can see that this sheet tray is able to cook 18 of them on one shelf in your oven. We did great to maximize our space there. If you could smell this room, it smells like fresh donuts or cake is what we're hearing here in the kitchen. We have a nice sweet blueberry, Maine blueberry compote that we've cooked right on the center of this whole grain Bialy round made by the Good Crust. Before I plate this, I just want to remind everyone that these are 3-ounce Bialy rounds, and so they would exceed your whole grain requirement or goal. And it's a delicious individual serving for students to take away. These are so versatile, and they can be used really with any ingredients you might need to use up in your food service kitchen. We've experimented with making ham and cheese breakfast rolls, and they come out bubbly and delicious. You can certainly use a little bit of, bechamel or white sauce beneath the cheese, and it makes it really bubbly and moist. So feel free to experiment. The Bialy rounds really act like a base for your freshest seasonal produce, whether you decide to go fruit or savory. So with these blueberry Bialy rounds, I like to make them extra exciting for kids. I make them a lot for my own kids, and so I'm going to dust them just ever so slightly with a little bit of powdered sugar. And they'll be great served with a side of maybe fresh fruit on the side. And for a wholesome snack, you can certainly add a dollop of yogurt on the plate, or even right onto the Bialy. The options are really limitless. You could also pair with a local cheesemaker and use a fresh ricotta and put a little dollop of fresh ricotta on the top there to make your Bialy round a little bit more Danish-like. But for our purposes, we'll put a nice scoop of fresh yogurt there. And there you have a Maine blueberry breakfast Bialy.